Abomination Toes. Hey, what's up, you guys? Artemis Prime here, doing another figure review on the Play Art Sky The Dark Knight Rises Catwoman or Selena Kyle figure. Man, this thing is incredible, man. Oh, just love this figure. I picked this up at Comic and Figure Addicts. They're a Bay Area local comic and action figure shop. Check them out. They're in Union City, California. 3902 Smith Street, Union City, California. They have tons of imports and Marvel Legends. The owner's a huge Marvel Legends fan, so they have a ton of selection of loose Marvel Legends there too. Awesome place to check out. Hey, if you stop by there, mention Artemis Prime, you get 10% off. Even if you already shop there, just mention Artemis Prime and you get the Artemis Prime discount. I have to say, this figure is hot, man. This is probably the sexiest damn figure I have ever owned. Damn, it is incredible. So hot that I think it's having a negative impact on my relationship. Damn, this figure is so fine.
Hey babe, do you want to come to the bedroom? I just got my toenails done.
Nah, I'm cool. But anyway, let's take a quick look at the packaging. Packaging's pretty damn sweet. Really love this picture. Looks like it's the actual Anne Hathaway Catwoman, but it's not. It is a figure. I like all the raindrops and everything. Very nicely done. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Meow. Then on the inside right over here, you have this whole bio. Want to read about it? Pause it now. Here's the back of the box. Got the Joker over there and some poses, looking cool. Here's the inside sleeve to the packaging, and it comes with this base right over here, this clear stand. And there's directions right over here how to interchange the hands, the heads. You get 4 different options with the heads, the gun. And here's all the directions to assemble the stand, which seems kind of complicated, especially because we got screws over here and washers and whatnot, but oh well. I'm not a fan of this base at all. Now, I mean, there are cool things about it, like for instance, it has all these grooves right in here. You can see all these different spots, and it has this hexagon sticking out over here, and you could just plug them in like so, and you know, you could lower it or you could have it higher up, whatever you want to do. But the thing that really sucks about it, in my opinion, is the joints on the stand don't really hold together very well. This is pretty loose, and you put this all together right here, and you know, you try to tighten this as much as you can, and it still doesn't really work. And I don't know, if you need tools to set this up, I think you're going too far for a base, seriously. So you have this larger clamp over here, and then you have this piece, which I guess you're supposed to rest the figure on. I think it's supposed to go together like that. I don't know. It's just kind of weak. And then it comes with the smaller clip over here, which works equally as shitty, so I'm not really a big fan of it. It comes with a handgun too, which looks pretty damn cool. I like this. Nice sculpting work on it, and you have the barrel sculpted here at the end. She comes with 5 different hands. She only comes with 1 pistol holding hand, which looks pretty damn nice. I like the texture right over here, the color variation. You have the glossy black paint, and you have this flat gray right over here, and it holds the gun very, very well. I dig that a lot. Look at that. That is pretty damn nice. That's sweet. You got the trigger finger in there and everything. Perfect. And you get meow claws. Yeah, she has her clawing hands, which I don't remember her really doing this in the movie, but because it's a Catwoman figure, it's cool to have regardless. I think these look great. And then she comes with these 2 relaxed hands over here, which I think are pretty cool. I like them. They're pretty nice. I wish the figure came with fisted hands, but not a big deal. These pop in and out relatively easy. Really cool thing about this figure is that she has interchangeable faces and interchangeable hair as well. And I really like the face sculpts on this figure. I think it looks like Anne Hathaway enough. It kind of has an anime take on it, like especially, you don't know, just the way the facial structure's done. But it looks like Anne Hathaway still a little bit. I like the brown eyes right there. You got the eyelashes, nice paint detail. The skin tone has kind of like a pinkish hue in some areas. You can see a little bit right over here. It's kind of hard to tell. I really like the paint detail in her hair. That looks great. I have a little bit of white stuff right there. I guess that's bat juice. I don't know. But her goggles are up. Nice detail on the goggles over here. Then coming around to the back of the head, you can see this strap going all the way around. Looks pretty damn cool. And then you just pop her head off right over here, and then pop this one on like so. And then the goggles down look is very dope as well. I like that. That's very, very cool. Nice detail, consistent throughout. Very, very nice. I like the blue lights over here. This is like a metallic blue paint. I think that looks dope. I really like the hair that waves off to the side. Like I said, she comes with 2 sets of hair. And I like how they did this thing where making the plastic a little bit translucent over here, like the sunlight's going through it. That makes a lot of sense. I think that was pretty creative and I like it. It's kind of weird at first, but pretty realistic. I dig it. I just think the hair flowing off to the side is a very, very cool look. I like that a lot. Nice paint detailing and sculpt and everything on this. So to remove her hair, you have to pop the head off, and then you pop the hair off this ball peg right over here. Then you have the hair going straight down, and then pop this right back on like so. And there it is with the hair going straight down. Still a little translucent towards the bottom, just not as much, which, you know, this isn't a bad look. Very tame look, I guess. The paint detail and sculpt throughout the figure is fantastic, man. It's great. I mean, I love the zipper going down here. That looks awesome. I like the shades of blue. The textured suit is fantastic. That's all sculpted. Looks very, very nice. They even got some glossy paint on the collar over there. They gave her huge tits, man. I mean, this is not Anne Hathaway sized boobs. They really, you know, scaled it up a bit over there. I think it's kind of funny. I like how the Japanese think. I like how they think. Oh, yes. Good people over there in Japan. Yeah, we have some more paint detail even right there on the gloves. You have a light gray. The belt looks great. I really love how the belt came out. You can see the paint variation right here on these different pouches and everything. Looks very cool. And look at the thickness of these thighs. Oh, God, man. Look, glossy paint right there on her boots. Very nice. I love the sculpted detail and everything on the boots too. And there's her razor heels and everything. Looks very cool. I really like this a lot. Damn, it's totally inaccurate. Anne Hathaway does not have ass like this either, but, you know, it looks great. And coming around the back of the figure, you know, you see what I'm talking about? Damn, that is booty right there. They really gave her a lot of booty. So even though I do have a problem with her head articulation, I think overall the articulation in this figure is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Now the thing is she has interchangeable hair. It would have been nice if she came with interchangeable hair that was meant to let her head tilt back. Her head does not move back at all, so that kind of sucks. It does move down pretty far though, and you can rotate it side to side, and you can pivot like that, so that's pretty cool. She has ball jointed shoulders that move outward, they move forward. She has an armpit joint that allows for this kind of movement as well, and this is a little bit more of a pliable material right here, and I'm thumbing her titties, so you can move her arms moving forward, which is very cool. I like that. She has a single jointed elbow that's on a ball joint, so you could rotate it side to side. It doesn't quite meet 90 degrees. I guess if you tilt the bicep like this, it bends in more, so that's not too shabby. Her wrists move side to side, and they move down and up. She has a very nice diaphragm joint. It moves back pretty far, it moves forward pretty far, and it rotates side to side a bit, and you can pivot like that. She has a waist joint that moves side to side. It moves back as well, so she has a waist crunch too, so you could really bend her all the way back like that. It really makes the butt stick out more. It's very nice, very, very nice. And you also get a nice pivot right here too, which is very cool. A lot of movement in here, man. That's crazy. Her hip joints move all the way out that far. They move very far forward. Wow, so you could really get her in a high kick. That's pretty damn cool. She has upper thigh rotation a little bit too. It's on a ball joint, so you don't get a whole ton of rotation, but it does move side to side enough. She also has double jointed knees, which, you know, Play Art Sky are known for these weird double jointed knees, but for some reason on this figure I feel like it doesn't look too bad. I don't know. Kind of crappy, I guess. I don't know, but for me it doesn't really bug me too much. And then she has a ball jointed ankle right over here that moves side to side, moves down, moves up. It has an ankle pivot too, which is great. But not only that, she has toe pivot, which is strange. I've only seen this on the Soda Street Fighter figures, and I think this is very, very cool. So you could rotate this toe all the way around. It really helps her stand. And she has no peg holes at the bottom of her feet at all, but that's okay. So this scale of figures for the Play Arts Kai are taller than most. She stands at about 8.5 inches tall, just under 9 inches tall with the goggles. And here she is next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. What are you looking at, Spidey? And here she is compared to the DC Movie Masters Catwoman from the Dark Knight Rises Movie Masters line. And yeah, actually, you know, the body type on this figure is a little bit more accurate to how Anne Hathaway actually looks. Here she is compared to my Play Arts Kai Arkham City or Arkham Asylum Batman figure. This is the armored Batman, so I feel like she's a little tall compared to him, but, you know, I gotta see her compared to the Dark Knight Rises Play Arts Batman, so, you know, they're not really part of the same universe, but she does does have the heels, so she should be a bit taller, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I love this figure. It is incredible. I mean, it's not just like a Pervo figure where it's just really fun to look at, you know what I mean? It is, but it's also just really, really fun to pose, and it just looks great, man. I really, really dig it. Highly recommend it. It's not a cheap figure. PlayArts Kai figures run from like 50 to 70 bucks, so you are spending a bit of money when you get these guys, but I think they're totally worth it. For you local cats, don't forget to click the link in the description below for comic and figure addicts. Tell them Shartimus Prime sent you, 10% off. Hope you guys like my review, and I'll catch you later. Peace.
Crispy.
Have you done watching my videos? Where are you going?
BKBN.net.
Where are you going? BKBN.net. Damn, this figure's... Oh, shit. Hold on. Her head came off. Hold on.